Hey everybody, and thanks for watching. And today we're going to be cooking hash browns. They've got to be crispy on the outside and soft in the middle. And this is the first episode in a series that's going to be dedicated entirely to the Great British Breakfast, the fry-up. Okay, so 3 medium potatoes will give us about 3 medium-sized hash browns. For a crispy hash brown, you want to make sure you use a potato that's suited to either roasting or frying. We want to coarsely grate the potato, get it straight into a bowl of cold water, and then we're going to give it a good rinse under the tap. Okay, we're going to dry the potato off in a nice clean tea towel. We're just going to spread it out thinly and then gently roll it up in the tea towel. Now the key to this isn't squeezing the life out of it. We just want to gently push down to get rid of the excess moisture. We want to keep a little bit of water so that when the potatoes cook the first time, they will also steam. So we'll get the potatoes into the pan. We're going to give them a quick mix around and then get the lid on, and we're just going to leave them to gently cook. We're going to check them about every 2 minutes. Just give them another turn and taste the potato. We want it to be cooked but not completely falling apart. They're going to take about 6 to 8 minutes to cook through. As soon as the potatoes are ready, we're going to get them out and onto a plate and leave them to cool down. I'm going to season with some sea salt and some freshly ground black pepper. And then next, I'm going to lightly dust the potato with corn flour. We don't want to add too much at this stage because otherwise we're going to end up with a really stodgy hash brown at the end. So just lightly coat it and then gently turn the corn flour through the potato. When I added the potato to the bowl, I noticed there wasn't quite enough corn flour, so I'm just adding another light dusting. I'm giving one egg a really good whisk up with a fork because I want to gently add it to the potato. If I don't whisk it up well, the whole lot's going to end up disappearing into the bowl, and we don't want a really wet mix. We want to add just enough egg to bring the potato and the corn flour together so that when we shape it into the patty, it doesn't fall apart. I'm going to shape these in a non-stick ring mould that I've put on a piece of parchment paper, but you can absolutely shape these by hand. The key is to use the parchment paper because we're going to let them rest in the fridge for 30 minutes and we don't want them to stick to anything. I'm applying just enough pressure to the potato so that it all sticks together and forms a really solid shape so that when we cook it, nothing's going to break up. Right, and that's the 3 of them finished and ready for the fridge. They're going to rest in there for about 30 minutes. I'm going to shallow fry these in vegetable oil that's at about 180 degrees C. You could saute them in butter, you could deep fry them, but this method works the best for me. Carefully remove the potato from the ring mould and the parchment paper and gently lower it into the hot oil. As the potato's already cooked, we're really just looking to get some nice colour on the outside, so it's crispy on the outside and nice and soft on the inside. Now we're dealing with some really hot oil here, so when it comes to turning them, just be extremely careful and take your time. I didn't have a spare large pan, but ideally you'd cook these all together in a larger non-stick pan. And here I'm just continuously basting so we get a nice even colour throughout the cook. Now we've got the lovely golden crispy finish on the outside of the potato cake. And that's what's going to give us that great texture on the outside. So we'll just let it gently drain on a piece of kitchen paper, and don't try this straight away because it's going to be extremely hot. And now the crispy test. Crispy on the outside, smooth in the middle. This is the perfect thing to go with an English breakfast.